Hey guys, how you doing? I am coming from you. We haven't done a state of the island address in a while, and this one's kind of a big one. I want to share with everybody some information that is before now unreleased information. It's kind of like the secret recipe to the Kentucky Fried Chicken. We have not given it out ever up until this moment, and there's a reason why. I'll explain. I'm going to keep you held captive until the end. And the noise you hear is Pip and Pep playing in the background. You're going to probably see them running back and forth during this whole thing. And Lola's here for entertainment as well. So first and foremost, so at the end, I'm going to hold you captive, and then I'm going to give this information out. So you're going to have to sit through the whole thing. And this is clever marketing on my part, so I can address some things that I want you guys to hear. Mainly so that, so many people ask me the same redundant questions over and over. And I don't mean redundant like I'm, sure, when you're new, you don't know, the answers to these questions. So I want to do it to the extent where if anybody asks these questions, everybody can answer them, on the comments, so I don't always have to. And Mumu Muchachos, the lady that started all this, numero uno, is here with us too to do this. So first and foremost, as you guys know, one question I want to answer is that, we are a sanctuary instead of a rescue. I still to this day get so many people asking, hey, do you adopt out? Or they see a personality they love, like Nugget or Pip or Pep or Harley or Mouse, and it's like, oh, can I adopt her? I would love to have a little girl. No, I am a sanctuary first and foremost, and even though I get a lot of people reaching out with dogs I can't personally help, I am trying to work with other rescues to get all of these dogs, permanent homes. But the ones that are special, like that really I feel like, are special needs that need extra attention, I want them to come here. So obviously, and this isn't by any means asking for money. I'm just bringing attention to certain things. You guys that are the unsung heroes here are the ones that donate, whether it's one time or repetitively, to our Amazon wish list. And the reason I'm bringing our Amazon wish list up right now, because I do want to draw a little bit of attention to it, and I'll put the link in the description, is that we only ask for things that we absolutely need, and some of them are part-time, some of them are repetitive, like always, which is like laundry detergent and pee pads, etc. Well, one thing that hasn't been on there since COVID has been paper towels. Paper towels, as you guys know, people were hoarding them or whatever. There was a shortage. And on Amazon, paper towels shot up from like 20 couple bucks to $90, $100 a pack of paper towels. Honey, did you lose track of what you're doing? Oh, sweetheart. And so anyway, we took them off because it's just ridiculous to put that kind of money out. So I have been tirelessly going to Walmart, Costco, grocery stores, and buying 5 and 6 packs at a time. Well, I'm proud to say that paper towels are now once again available on the Amazon wish list. So please do not hesitate if you're going to choose something on the wish list, to get those. And once again, those of you that donate to this, you are the unsung heroes. I'm trying to get it organized enough with the staff here. We have people that are capable of doing this, and we're getting an organized system together well enough.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Getting organized well enough that those of you that are saying that it's going to be kind of generic through Amazon, but we're going to be sending thank you notes out. We've started to here and there. I'm going to make it to where it's kind of almost infallible, where everybody that sends something in will get a thank you, even if it is, like I said, generic through Amazon. This is kind of a little, I'm letting you in a teaser too. I might as well do this too at this point. One of the gift cards that we use frequently, currently, is Tractor Supply gift cards. And I'm keeping them on there for a brief more time period more. The reason we use those cards is that we actually use a dog food that you can only get from them, and it's called For Health. That's our dry kibble that we use to feed the dogs on. We have, and of course we have 3 different types of foods. People ask this too. We have our dry kibble, which was For Health, small bites. We have our refrigerator food for those with a little more delicate and they can't chew the hard food because of their teeth or whatever. So we were using Fresh Pet. It's a decent, refrigerated food, a very wonderful company. And then we had our prescription food for George ETC and Daisy. We had stuff from Royal Canin. It's prescription food. Well, I'm doing something now that I thought would take 5 years to develop, but we've been fast tracked on it. And we are switching to a whole entirely new type of food, and that suits everybody. I can't tell you any more than that, but in the next couple months, a huge announcement that will benefit not only our dogs, but everybody's dogs that takes part in it or wants to check it out. I'm very proud of this. Like I said, I've been beta testing this for a month and a half here now. I haven't let anybody know. So don't ask. I'm not going to give it up yet, but I will let you know when the time is right. So anyway, so thank you. I wanted to bring again attention to the Amazon wish list, and several people have actually emailed and asked about, are we registered with Amazon Smile? So this is again trying to say, hey, if you haven't picked a charity for your Amazon account, please go to Amazon Smile, and you can actually choose us. AmazonSmile.com is the same thing as your Amazon account. It just actually lets you choose a nonprofit that you can donate to. So a portion of your expenditures on there actually go to help us, and it's a wonderful way to actually feel good, give donations without even realizing you're doing it at the time. So that's awesome. What else did I want to bring up and talk about? Is that it? It might be short and sweet, right, Lady Bones?
The other number one question.
Okay, so here we go, guys. Here's the big one. I went in to animal control yesterday because we are governed by our local Animal Control Humane Society Authority, and that's how we get our kennel license. So we have to abide by the rules and regulations, which we do, and we've always had superlative marks. And as you guys know from the beginning, one thing that they asked was that we never divulge how many dogs we have here. So how many of you have asked over the years, how many dogs do you have? You see it in comments on every single post. How many are there? And messages out the wazoo. Woo! And I've always said no. That's kind of been an issue with me for a couple reasons. Number one, here I am trying to be as transparent as possible, and yet I can't say, I have to be hush-hush, and I can't tell you, the exact amount here. But the reasoning behind that was because animal control in the beginning was getting complaints. We were being called a hoarder and other things. Dogs were dying here and everything else. But it wasn't from my neighbors. It wasn't from local. It was actually from my fan base around the country. And so he asked me at the time to not divulge how many. Well, talking to him yesterday, getting prepared for our, I actually went in there to talk to him more or less about the vaccinations. As you know, I'm very passionate about trying to do some changes on that. And I learned a lot when I went in there yesterday about working on those. So I went in to ask these questions, and I mentioned this to him. And I said, hey, in the last couple of years since we talked about this, has anybody really brought it up? Has it been a problem? He goes, no. Honestly, brother, nobody's had a problem at all. And the lady that was at the front desk working with me, she's actually the one that did my kennel inspection last year. And not only was, she in agreement with what we said, but she was actually mad at me that I didn't bring a dog out because she's been an avid follower ever since she came out to do the inspection last year. And she's like, where's that new girl Pip? I can't believe she's not here. So the good news is like, I have a very good working relationship with animal control, and it would never be to take advantage of the system or their rules and regulations. But it's really good to be on the up and up with them, because then they have your back instead of you having to hide things from them. So here's the big drop for everybody. The current number of dogs here on the island. You ready for this? There's another reason why I want to tell you this actually too. I'm sure many of you have guessed. You haven't guessed the exact amount, but it's quite a few. Currently, we have 89 dogs here at the island. So, yeah, that's right, 89. Since 2 years ago, it's been anywhere from 65 to in the 80s. I think 89 might be the highest we've ever had. Might have touched that once before. But yes. Now, are we at capacity? That's a really difficult, involved question. And right now I'm going to say yes. And why are we at capacity? We have the space. Technically, we have the staffing at this point, because this has grown with me. So you're right. Like, I can't possibly give the attention to 89 dogs that each and every one of them deserve. But the dedicated people that both work for me and volunteer for me, and even their work, I consider volunteering, because they love what they do and they're so passionate about it.
Can't get them to go home.
Has become a combination. And where these dogs first would only trust and love me, they've learned to open up, and they go and love all of our staff. Like, everybody here, like, it's a beautiful big family. I can't thank everybody that works here enough. You guys are awesome. I love you so much. So no, I can't do it all by myself, but we can do it all by ourselves. But at this point, with everything that I have going on, as you guys know, I'm real busy. I don't feel comfortable taking too many on unless we absolutely have to. And likewise, even though I am a sanctuary, I do reserve the right for sometimes a dog will come in, such as Monkey and Waffles. They were misrepresented to me as to how tight they were. And it turned out it was a horrible situation between the two of them. I've never seen anger towards each other, supposedly brothers, like these two dogs. I mean, we're talking fight to the death, and it was scary. We had to pull them apart, and we've been living them separate since the day they got here. And Margie stepped up, as I put up in the last post, and we had to choose which one. And there wasn't there wasn't one over the other. They're both loving and affectionate to people. They're both loving and affectionate to every other dog. It's just each other they hated. So how do you make the decision? Well, Waffles has kind of been closer to me than Monkey. Monkey's been more outgoing to everybody else. But also on a damage control aspect, if Waffles is left in my room, he might, whine a little bit that he wants to come out with everybody. Monkey literally has tried to chew through and destroy every gate possible here. So he has done some serious damage to the gates and the confines that we have. Like they can go everywhere, but not all at one time. We have gates sectioning everything off as necessary. So we figured that would probably be the best bet. And you know what? I was nervous about it, not because I didn't trust Margie, but I just hate giving up. That's one thing I won't take anybody in unless I guarantee that I can give them everything they need. That's the other thing. He can't possibly. Well, yes, I can. I just step up. I work harder. I work more diligently. I work smarter. I give more of myself. That's just how I've always been my whole life. And if I can't do it all myself, I'm smart enough to find a way to encourage others around me with the same goals and the same heart to help up and step in and help up and do the same thing, which Margie has done in this case. So I reserve the right here and there for dogs that don't belong here. And the dogs that don't belong here are not the ones necessarily that are the more fragile or whatever. Those are the ones that do belong here. It's the ones that are young and strong and disruptive and friendly, but kind of chaotic, and accidentally, if they could, get into a scuffle with Pip or Pep or, God forbid, like a Buggy or a Harley, could do some serious damage. So I still reserve the right, and we're probably going to have a few in the future. Some that have been here a while, that will be adopted out, but they're going to be adopted out my way. And I can't tell you how good it feels to either work with a rescue close hand that I trust, that has brought dogs into us and has taken dogs in, from us. Or more importantly, and this is a volunteer aspect, if you've been here for a while and I trust you and I see a dog bonding with you that you like, that I know can, doesn't necessarily have to be here, oh, that's the greatest feeling in the world, to facilitate that relationship. That beats the shit out of any home inspection, any background check you could possibly give, because I have firsthand knowledge of just how much you love this dog and how much that dog loves you.
Zoe.
Oh, Zoe, she's a tough girl.
Beating up on big kids.
So anyway, there's the logistics of it all. That's how many are here, and and there was one more reason I've always wanted to divulge the information. As you guys know, anytime I've done a public interview, anybody's seen any articles on me, it's anywhere from 20 to 40 Chihuahuas that this guy has saved. And obviously there's numerous more that I've been involved in that aren't here. Some never even came here. And I'm more and more trying to get my hands on as many as I can. Hi, Mole Rat, come here, sweetheart. But when you read that, oh, that's great, oh, that's cute. Guy saves 20 Chihuahuas, so pretty. But if you say, wow, guy saves 90 Chihuahuas or has 90 Chihuahuas living there and they're healthy and happy and they're cared for and they're clean, holy shit, that's kind of saying something. That's a pretty large statement. Plus, that also justifies, the amount of funding we're trying to do, both through our health products, both our merchandising, our monthly magnets, and as well as donations that come from you guys. And I'm grateful for any aspect that you guys do, that you give. It all goes to them. All the proceeds go to them, whether it be directly for sundries and food and whatnot, or whether it be towards saving up for medical bills, or, I have much larger dreams, as you guys know. I've alluded to some of them in the future, and they're just not things that happen overnight. So, this is a thank you for everybody. This is the big, the big bomb drop that, hey, I can finally say how many dogs are here. So, and I kind of put it more in the middle than at the end. So if you were one of those people that try to scroll to the end to get through it, you gotta go back and find it. You're gonna get all this extra information, education, whether you like it or not. So, so anyway, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you listening to me on this, and thank you for also guiding me, because this had no direction at first, other than the ones that came in my life, and this is still my mission. The ones that come directly in my life, I'm dedicating myself first and foremost, as much as I want to help every dog out there. It's the ones that are here that are my main priority. They come first and foremost before everybody. And like I said, therefore, if one doesn't belong because they can actually hurt somebody, or somebody's live's not going to be as good here, that's when we look for different options. But I promise to provide each and every one of them, the best life they could possibly have, and dedicated my life, as well as anybody that supports here, in-house. They've kind of taken on the same mission. So, I couldn't continue to grow and do this without your help. It's kind of been this organic thing that's grown. It's amazing. You guys are awesome. And if I don't thank you enough, or say I appreciate you enough, thank you guys. I love you to death. You guys have been an amazing extended family to us. The support, even if it's just in your comments, I just thank you. You're beautiful. I'm gonna start rambling. I might even cry. No. No, thank you guys so much, and yep, and you know, Pip, Pip loves you, and we purposely kept Nugget out, so I was hoping that I could actually get your attention, but clearly I'm not going to get it. But at least Nugget's not standing there in front of the camera going, "Hey, it's my show." So thank you. Have a good rest of your weekend.